Hello world, Shelly here, and it's time for another episode of Foundation Fest, and today I am checking out from Chanel the Beige. Something about water tint. What is it? Water Fresh Tint. I have this in shade light, which is described as fair to light skin tones. This retails for $70. Yes, pause for dramatic effect. $70. For 1 ounce or 30 milliliters of product. It comes in 8 different shades, but it's a lower coverage kind of a thing, so you don't have to quite get as close to a perfect match. So I understand the few shades, they do go fairly well from the light to the dark in terms of the hues. This is described as a light to medium coverage foundation with a gel texture and pigmented micro droplets. Look at this up close while I say this. It looks bizarre, right? Pigmented micro droplets that create a radiant, healthy-looking glow. This microfluidic technology, the lightweight formula is composed of 75% water, delivering a burst of freshness upon application. And up to 8 hours of hydration. It's got natural tamarino seed extract. I'm not familiar with that one. Known for its moisturizing properties. It also comes with this cute little brush that I will be using to apply it. So let's take a look at shade Light, swatched against a few others in my collection. Swatch time. First up is today's foundation from Chanel, the Beige Water Fresh Tint in shade Light. Might be a little hard to see because it's almost the same exact shade as my arm. Second, I've got from Estee Lauder, the Double Wear Stay in Place in 1C1 Cool Bone. Third up is MAC Studio Sculpt in NW15. And last is the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator in Fair. I've already cleansed, moisturized, and sunscreened this 48-year-old face. I have primed with the Bakuchiol face cream that I made myself. I will link it below if you would like to check it out in my shop. It's a moisturizer that just happens to perform well as a primer. So I've been wearing it as my primer for makeup lately. Let's take a look at the texture. I already did shake this before I turned the camera on. Probably won't need 2 full scoops here, but I think it's going to be pretty liquidy. So let's look. Woo! Here we go. Now they say to blend all these spheres together before you dab them onto your face. So I don't know if it would be as effective applying it straight onto your face. Oh, interesting. So when you blend it together, that's where it starts to look like foundation. Oh, okay. And I was really nervous at how dark it appeared in the container, but once it's blended out, it's much lighter. Now I'm actually a little nervous that it's going to be too light. Whew, as per usual with Chanel, the fragrance is, whew. Why do all the prestige, especially the luxury prestige brands, need to put so much fragrance? Why can't you just skip the fragrance? Like, I know, I get it. My face cream, for example. I did not put fragrance in it because I do not want to put sensitizing ingredients on my face if I can avoid it. Well, so it smells like nothing. Well, and then you put it on and you're like, oh, it smells like nothing. And then we're disappointed because we don't have some like sensory trigger going with scent. And so I get it. I get that scent makes people feel good. And now we're so accustomed to it that we think this is so pretty. I can't. What is happening right now? Sorry. Squirrel? Dang, I still got peeling between my eyebrows. All right, this is not looking great on my nose, but holy cow. It's looking nice. Now, that was 2 pumps, and I've only done this part of my face. So, and it's not absorbed into the brush. So actually, you might go through this one kind of quickly. I don't even remember what I was saying. That was so exciting just now. Wow. All right, let's get the forehead going. What the heck was I saying? Oh, about scent and fragrance. So it's like we want it subconsciously, I guess, or consciously, but logically I don't want it because I know it's sensitizing, and I don't ever want to get to the point where my skin is so sensitized to fragrance that I have to start avoiding it, because that's even harder. This is the most interesting, strange thing I think I've ever put on my face. Probably not, but I mean, I'm having a moment here. This is just, it's interesting. It's really interesting. Hold on. It takes a little work here to get all these, what did they call it? Microfluidic spheres? Whatever. It takes a minute to get all of your microfluidic spheres blended together. Sorry, bad YouTuber. Did not turn my notifications off. Okay. Back to the microfluidic spheres. I don't even know what that word means. I'm guessing it's something to do with small and fluid. But learn something new every day, right? Okay, I can't imagine this ever getting to what I would call medium coverage. I would call this sheer to light. It is color correcting. Like, I don't see any redness really much on my chin. And it's decreased the redness on my nose as well. It's a little bit clingy to dry patches. I thought I was mostly done with that for the moment. But I'm having a little bit of dry skin in between my eyebrows. And just this little spot above my lip is like always flaking, like eternally. So that one, I don't even consider that a thing anymore. Yeah, I can't imagine getting this. This isn't a coverage product. It's a, little minor improvement and little evening of the tone, a little bit more of the, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm just taking what's left on this palette to try to build up a little bit on my blood vessel and my sunspots. I mean, it builds a tiny bit, but it's pretty see-through as well, I guess, is where I'm landing on this. Wow, I'm not even finishing my trains of thought. Usually I'm really good at tangents and then jumping back to where I was, but the brain is in summer break mode now. I've officially relaxed a bit after this last semester ended. Alright, let's zoom in so you guys can get a look at what I am looking at. The only place that this looks a little heavy is on my nose, because it's just kind of clinging oddly the way things tend to do on my nose. That may settle down as the product sort of warms up and all melts together. It's really nicely smoothing to the surface of the skin. Like, I feel like it's doing a nice job of sort of balancing over, smoothing over texture. It's a little bit of coverage. My nose still has redness coming through, but little bit of coverage, a little bit of evening of skin tone. It's mostly just kind of a enhancement of the overall finish. It's just kind of a veil, a little bit on the dewy side, like there's a good amount of reflect. I'm looking at my forehead here, good amount of light reflect. So if you're not wanting something dewy, this might be too shiny looking, but it doesn't feel, there's no greasy feeling or anything like that. It's not feeling plasticky or anything like that, which sometimes this appearance can be created by a film-like on your face, and then this is not doing that. that's the fancy word for it, right, Ziva? Can you hear her purr? She's the loudest purrer ever. Is that a word? Purrer? I doubt it's a word. Yeah, so that is where we are starting out. Let me go put my rest of my face on. What is the time? Need to turn the clock off, turn it back on. It is 1:33. I have a software update that I gotta do. Oh. Let me go put the rest of my face on. I will be right back. Back with the Chanel Le Beige tint something. Water fresh tint. Wow. This one's just not gonna stick in my brain. I went a little ham with the bronzer because I forgot that my Balm Desert is a freshie and not my old one, so I didn't have to dig my brush in. And so I went ham with the bronzer. My blush, oh, these are so gorgeous. Merit. These are the blush. What do they call them? Dun 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 dun. Flush Balm in Après. I love these things. This color is like, I know it looks super dark in the container, but it comes out to be something very much like my hair color now. And this is Manic Panic. It's the one that they did for breast cancer. I can't remember the name of the shade, but yeah. So, rest of my face. I'm also wearing the Merit Day Glow highlighter stick. My eyes are the Aurora Struck palette from ColourPop. It's finally restocked. You should get it. It's gorgeous. Let me just show you. Beautiful. If you like purples, if you like cool tones, it's here for you. My lip is a whole mishmash of things happening. I started with Color Street, Sultry Liner, and Baddie, which kind of matches my hair. It was a little too dramatic for this eye look, so I took off a little bit of the Baddie, added a little bit of Charmer, which is a pink, and then I added Merit's Shade Slick in Mapleton as a gloss to kind of gloss it all up. So that's a whole lot happening. Mascara is Lawless. What am I missing? Oh, brows. I've got the Arches and Halos Espresso Pencil along with the Lawless, the soft brow wax. Yes, that's what it's called. Is that all the things on my face? I think so. Gonna go get a sandwich. I'm always so excited to like get my makeup on so I can go get a sandwich. That's just how this works. Then I'll do a daylight check-in. Beautiful day. We're supposed to hit 80 degrees outside. 80F, 80. Gotta absorb some warmth before I go to Ireland. Because it's not gonna be warm like this there. It's been chilly here, so I'm very excited for 80. Give you a daylight check-in in a bit, and then I'll come back tonight and give you guys my final thoughts. Hey guys, it is like 7:48 p.m. so we've been through a bit of the day already. I swear this color is not as bright in person as it comes off on camera, but okay. Here we are with the Chanel. The one thing that's just bugging me about this is that so much of my redness on my nose is visible. And it just, even on lighter coverage things, it's usually not that visible. Here's your shade match. I think this one is pretty much the right shade. I don't have any other issues with it. The finish is nice. It's comfortable. It's super lightweight. I look in the mirror and I feel like I'm wearing a full face without foundation in a bad way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not sure why. I don't know why. But that's kind of where I am. Otherwise, it's checking all the boxes. It's not settling into lines. It's not accentuating lines. It looks nice on the skin, like the smoothness of it. But I can't put my finger on it, except that it's just that it's not covering enough. I mean, I wear light coverage things all the time, so it's why I don't know. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with this. But yeah, I think the shade is fine. Don't look at my forehead. That's all bronzer. Chin, lower cheek. That is what we're comparing. Look how green everything has gotten. It's so crazy. It happens so fast. All right, I'll come back tonight. We'll see how it goes. It is 9:34 p.m. Let's take a look at how the Chanel Le Beige, oh, here we go again with this name, Water Fresh Tint held up. I think it held up well. I would still wear this several more hours. I don't think there's any issue with longevity of wear with this one. It's not settling into lines. It's not moving around. It's not caking up. It is grabbing to some of my dry skin as my level of dehydration gets greater throughout the day, but generally speaking, I think it held up really well. Let's zoom in so you all can get a look at what I am seeing. I did have to blow my nose. Thank you, Pollen. You have outstayed your welcome. I did blow my nose, so ignore any missing product on my nose. You know, I've lost some coverage on my chin as well, and it is a little bit worn in that area. The rest of my face, my cheeks still look well applied. Blush, bronzer, highlight is still intact. Nothing caking up between my eyebrows. Everything looks like it stayed put. Powders did not move around. The finish still looks really nice. It looks very similar to what we started with. The thing is, I just don't personally like it. But that's not really a grade issue. What I don't like is the... Like I said, it's hard to describe, but when I look at my face, I feel like I'm Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And that kids made fun of me for getting a red nose all the time as a child. So it's just something I like to cover up. And for whatever reason, I feel like I'm not getting that kind of evening of redness correction. It's just not enough coverage, I think. Or it's not offsetting that redness enough. So personally, I don't think I'm going to wear it a lot. I will give it a few more tries just to make sure because, whew, dollar signs, dollar bills. But grade-wise, I think it's holding up to its claims. And I don't see any warning signs for maturing skin or dry skin, which is what my grades are primarily geared toward. So if I had to give a grade to the Chanel Le Beige, not even going to try to remember the words, tint, fresh water, water, fresh tint. I don't know. You tell me, was I right? I'm going to give it a B. I think it's solid. I think there are a ton of people that will love this. I do think it's probably better for people with dry skin than oily skin. Normal to dry is probably going to be the target here. Do you have this one? Let me know. What do you think of it? Like, what is... I'm not... I feel like I should love this more. And my nose is just getting in the way. So we're going to go B for now. I will try it a few more times. Let you guys know if my opinion shifts in any way. And there you have it. Another episode of Foundation Fest is in the books. Let me know in the comments what foundations you would like me to pick up. I buy them whenever I get a chance. And so let me know. I keep a running list. And as always, thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. I appreciate your time, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.